Growing up as an identical twin, to me, was really not any different from simply having another brother. While we were growing up, it was cool to have someone in the same grade as me and have someone to just kind of hang out with and share life with. But people always say, "Oh, what's it like being a twin?" And my response is always, "Well, what's it like to be a brother? Or what's it like to be a sibling? Or what's it like just being a normal person?" Because to James and I, that's just what we are. It's just normal people.
Most common question me and Alvin get about being a twin is probably just straight, what's it like to be a twin? And that's kind of an answer that we don't really have because we don't know anything different from, not being a twin. So what's it like being a twin is kind of like if I would ask you or any other person, what's it like to have a brother or sister? I assume it's not much different than that.
I never questioned mixing them up. When we brought them home from the hospital, they had bracelets on, ankle identification tags on. We kept those on probably 2-3 months. We also used blue bottles for James, red bottles for Alex. That way we can monitor how much food they were getting. They're also on heart-lung monitors, so that also made it easy to keep them apart and not mixed up. And then once they were 3-4 months old, we certainly recognized their personalities and their behaviors. They were certainly different even at that young age. One of them liked to be hugged and held more, went through their food much quicker. The other one was much more slow, deliberate, that sort of stuff. So again, we had no problem figuring that out.
When I first met Alvin, things were great. I didn't know he had a twin, and then I met James, and I couldn't tell them apart, and that scared me.
The hair a little bit. I don't know really how to describe it. Also, the face shape is a little bit different in Alvin and James, honestly. And then also you can sometimes tell by the laugh. If you hear one of them laughing, you definitely know which one it is. They have a similar laugh, but after you start hanging out with them a little while, you can kind of like tell the difference. Also, key factor is Alvin's red. That's his favorite color. James is blue. That's his favorite color. So it's like if I saw one of them off in the distance and just saw the back of their head, and I saw red, calling it Alvin. If I see it blue, calling it James. So that's a pretty key deciding factor there whenever you're trying to know which one's which.
Telling them apart for me isn't hard. I've known them, at least 20 years. So as soon as they walk into the room, even if they're not together, I know who it is. Just slight differences, I guess, different inflections they have. It's just, a feeling that you just know who it is when they walk in.
They're not just two people who look alike, because first off, they don't look alike. From the lips up, they look exactly alike. But the mouth is really what does it. The mouth is really how I tell them apart.
Now it's very easy to tell them apart. Besides the personality, they have different tonal inflections in their voice. They have different likes and dislikes. The different activities they like being involved with. I do occasionally confuse them, but what tends to happen is one of them gets a really bad haircut, and then it's easy to tell them apart.
I always imagine meeting a set of twins in my dreams. Kind of like how they do it in movies. Whenever a guy, he talks about a set of twins, you always think, wow, there's two cute Swedish blonde girls that are always in the movies as a set of twins. You think of those when you think of twins. Life kind of dealt me a bad hand, and they gave me 2 twin boys. I guess they're not all that bad, but they're not twin blonde girls.